The feeling when you sink yourself into a sofa at the end of a long day. It almost feels like a hug from a loved one. That's why we at Durian have crafted sofas that can handle everyday chaos and still look amazing. Do visit your nearest Durian store or our website durian.in to explore our stunning collection of sofas in leather, leatherette and fabric. All of which comes with an unmatched 5-year warranty. Get your hands on the grand festive offer with flat 50% off on select furniture. Your dream sofa awaits only at Durian. Choose the luxurious comfort you deserve.
It's almost Christmas and Spurs are top of the league. What is going on? Welcome to the Corner Flag. I'm Amog.
I'm Mukesh.
And I'm Aakarsh.
Did you take that long a pause just to fuck around, or did your brain lag?
No, I was sorting out the content.
You were sorting out what?
I was on my phone. I had to have gotten the special segment open on my phone today.
But that's later.
I know I'm prepared, but I forgot to prepare for the moment.
I love how Mukesh's preparedness in doing a podcast is completely wrong.
There's no right and wrong in this.
There is right and wrong in this. There is absolutely right and wrong in this. Also, I love the fact that you tend to mumble some of your sentences, considering this is an audio-first medium, and your voice is literally all that we have, Mukesh.
Hey, be nice. He's made effort for something that we're both excited about. Be nice.
You're just excited because there is one chance for you to win, considering the nerd that you are. You're just looking forward to the small victories.
I think we should just announce now. We've teased this new segment too much.
Yes, Mukesh, you want to announce it?
We are going to talk about football. No. We have brought a beloved segment back, which is I'm going to host a quiz called Mukesh's Quiz at the end of each episode, and we will release that as a special segment, and everybody can sharpen their football knowledge with us, with me, and see how badly my co-hosts fare in this part.
I love the creativity in calling it Mukesh's Quiz. I can't
took a
even
long
make
time.
too much.
It took a while to come up with that.
I can't even make fun of you for that, because every previous iteration of this game, we've always called it Aakarsh's game, Prashant's game, Amog's game. Actually, no, fuck you guys. My game was called Randi Rona.
Wow, I wonder where the inspiration for that came from.
Right. Mukesh, we of course start off this episode on a slightly somber note, because there's word coming in from your club, Liverpool, a very worrying situation developing there with Luis Diaz's parents kidnapped in Colombia. We have since heard that his mother has been rescued by the Colombian police, but his father is still kidnapped. And they have announced a reward of 200 million pesos for the return of Luis Diaz's father. Is there anything more that you can tell us about this, considering you are at Anfield right now, Mukesh?
There is nothing. It's just tragic. It's sad. The whole. I think. It's tragic. That's pretty much all we can say at this point.
Yeah,
and we hope better sense and good sense prevails as soon as possible.
I feel like we hear this happening so much. We hear of footballers' families getting held hostage, getting kidnapped, a break-in happening in their houses. And I just feel like, why don't they have better security? You know you have money. Spend it to make your loved ones safe.
I mean, I don't think it's as easy as that, because again, like I've never been to Colombia, but from everything that I've seen and read about the place,
which is basically Narcos.
Yeah.
From all the
Pablo,
research,
everything I know about Escobar.
Yeah.
Everything I know about
From the time I was doing a PhD on Colombian history. From that era.
You can't expect in-depth analysis from me on Mexican players because Narcos Mexico is terrible and I didn't watch it, so I have no idea what went on there. No, but I feel like it must be a tough place to live in, and you know, gang violence is a known issue in that part of the world, and I mean, I hope that, like Mukesh said, it gets sorted out and everybody's safe. But yeah, I don't think it's as easy as spending money on getting security. But yes, let's talk about Liverpool 3, Nottingham Forest 0, because that's where we begin. It was nice for Diego Jota to hold up Luis Diaz's jersey as well. It's a nice, what's the word that I'm looking for?
Camaraderie, which is not
no, camaraderie is not the word.
Team spirit, people that love each other, everything that's been missing at United.
Yeah, support. Also something that has been missing at United. No, it was nice to see that.
Yeah, I think it was nice. I think it was probably Liverpool's most dominant performance. It's clean. There were really no hiccups. It felt so nice to not be worried as a team about anything. So it was just,
I wonder what's that like, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was just very good and clean, and it felt nice to just say like, hey, this is what it feels like, to have. Like, I feel like I've missed this calmness from Liverpool where you know you're going to win and you know it's comfortable and there's no shocks. There's no sudden comebacks. So it was a good game. I enjoyed watching it end to end. You know, sometimes you want a nail-biting thriller, but sometimes you enjoy the crap out of when you know just sheer dominance, which is what I liked.
I just like
what did you like
an
about
option
that?
for you guys. You know, that's we can pick.
No, come on, Aakarsh, please. You can't be the one. Please don't be the one who cries the most this weekend. We have a Moog for that. Please, just save the crying for a Moog.
I just want to point out to the listeners that this is what generational trauma sounds like, because Liverpool has been one of the top 2, if not top 3. Like, it has been at the pinnacle of English football for the last 3-4 years now, and not just English, even
5-6 years.
5-6 years. Yeah, 5-6 years. Chalo, even European football, you won a Champions League very recently. You won a Premier League very recently. You've come very close to winning the Premier League very recently as well. But still, Mukesh, you talk about how it feels nice to watch a team where there's no chaos, there's no panic. The calmness. सब लोग को पता है, दुनिया में सब लोग को पता है that Liverpool is one of the best clubs in the world right now, and has been historically. So
guys,
I get this.
If this is the kind of kindness I'm going to receive, I'll host a quiz every week, guys.
I'm not asking for like bonus points for my kindness. Although if you feel compelled to give me the bonus points, I'll take it very, very gladly. But I just want to say that the kindness is coming from the point of view that in about 10 minutes we're going to be talking about Man United. So I just hope that you return the favor. Yes, so let's talk about the goals then, because Jota, of course, like we said, started off the scoring for Liverpool. But the second goal that Darwin Núñez scored, again, this is Szoboszlai, right? I feel like he plays every pass, no matter the distance from the target that it is intended to, like he's taking a shot from outside the box at goal, because that was absolutely leathered into Darwin Núñez's path, and all Núñez had to do was just be there. He didn't have to do anything. He just had to make sure that it connected with some part of his foot and it had to go into the goal.
I think he was trying to pull away because he was so hard. He was trying to probably pull away and accidentally hit his foot or something and went in. I think this was one of, like he has been performing.
Kai Havertz would have missed that.
But then Andre Onana might have let that in. No, we're joking. Maybe not after this weekend because he was actually quite good.
Exactly. Hey, Shanti Rak.
So I thought actually Szoboszlai was a contender for man of the match, if not the outright man of the match. Fantastic.
Who won man of the match?
Some people said, I think for BBC they announced Núñez, and it just
was that just because of his bicycle kick effort? उसके लिए इतना effort किया तो उसके लिए थोड़ा तो reward दे देते.
Yeah, because I think he was the quasi assist for the first goal also, because he took the shot, which was saved by the keeper, which made it a tap in for Diogo Jota.
Yeah.
Chota.
Yeah. The third goal, the Salah goal, I was hoping that Salah wouldn't score and that everybody who had him in their FPL would get a Salah blank week. But then Matt Turner, the Nottingham Forest goalkeeper, decided, यार मेरे team में भी Salah है. So why should I?
points तो वैसे भी चले गए.
So might as well. Might as well. Although if Matt Turner is keeping himself in goal in his FPL team, that is some level of confidence, boss. एक तो यार इतना भी sentimental होना अच्छा नहीं है सेहत के लिए. But
money ball. He needs to do money ball.
What was he doing?
Yeah, that was absolutely unnecessary. And it wasn't. And it's again Salah, right? It's not like there's a defender charging or a central back. It's not goalie versus goalie.
Yeah.
You're taking on Mohamed Salah and trying to beat him on a header. He's probably going to outmuscle you. So you have to head it first shot.
Yeah.
And even if you do head it, you have to run back and sprint a lot. And it's not even like the defenders weren't really far. They were catching up. And, and if they pushed Salah a little more into the corners and wings, they could have caught up. They could have ended at a respectable 2-0.
Exactly.
But
it's almost like Matt Turner, he rushes out for the ball, and then when he goes to head it, I thought he tried to palm it away, and then at the last minute realized he was outside his box, and then in the middle of palming it away, he tries to head it. I feel like this is where the Americanness comes in.
Yeah, also it was really funny because throughout the weekend when Amog and I were watching the Hyderabad versus Bombay match, I kept going, we can see the quality of difference between the ISL and the Premier League. And I was being a total
The quality
snob.
of difference, is it?
Yeah.
I mean,
the difference in quality, sorry.
It's okay. Tongue of slip. To be fair, I would just like to point out, you were the only one who was being the snob. I wasn't saying that at all.
Yeah. Cool. Amog was not participating in this at all. He turned a blind ear to this.
And a deaf eye.
Yes, a deaf eye and a blind ear.
Yes.
But yeah, so that was ridiculous. And thank you for continuing Salah's streak, who probably I've read now has about, I think he has 60 goals or assists in 64 games, which is an insane record, right?
I feel like you're the only person in the footballing world who's talking about Salah's insane statistics, because since Erling Haaland has come to the Premier League, I think everybody's just forgotten that Mo Salah bhi hai.
Oh, really? You think so?
Yeah, I don't hear that much discourse about Mo Salah on the internet at all. Like, it's not like he's a bad player or his quality has declined over the last couple of seasons. He's very consistently the same type of player. He's consistently giving the same type of results. But there's just not that much conversation like there was before Haaland came to Man City.
No, but that's good. Like I said, remember I said, I'm glad Liverpool's out of the public eye for some time. I'm glad the narratives aren't about Liverpool. I'm good. This is good for, I think, there's no nazar on Liverpool players. That's what I like.
Yeah.
I feel like till we saw Haaland, it was like, wow, Salah is exceptionally the best player in the league. And then we saw Haaland, we're like, no, that is exceptional. Salah got demoted to second place. You know, his level didn't drop, but he's just become such a far second because since Haaland's come in, he's played 45 games in the Premier League and scored 46 goals. Yeah. Like, that's a nut stat. So whatever Mukesh said about Salah right now, I can't remember anymore.
60 goals assists in 64 games. But yeah, that does not sound as epic. But guys, this season in terms of goals plus assists, Salah's only a little bit, I think one behind Haaland. So it's not too far, but that's good. Keep the narrative away, but don't forget now. Because Salah's second in goals, with Haaland has 11 goals and Salah has 8. But Salah has 4 assists, and I think probably Haaland is 1. I know he had 1 yesterday. Yeah. And he probably has 1 more earlier, so he probably has 2. So it's a close. It's 12 and 13 goals.
Mukesh is like, say it quietly, but we're second best.
Yeah. Right. Then let's go to Erling Haaland. Then let's go to the Manchester derby. Let's get it over with. United 0, Manchester City 3. Was anybody surprised that this was the final scoreline? Because I absolutely was not. I was expecting this from like the time the fixtures were announced. I mean, yet again, a toothless performance from Man United. And I feel like I keep talking about this over and over again every time we do this podcast and every time I do any other show or whatever we have to talk about Man United. So why don't you guys ask me questions about this and I'll try and answer. Abhi ye segment tum log host karo.
So I feel like before we start asking questions, I have a question for you, which is not from Gunty.
Okay.
Okay, it's not from Gunty because Gunty said he asked you to do him a favor and you came through or something. So he's like, I can't ask this question. So this question is definitely not from Gunty, but the question was, what was the score, Amo?
I just pointed out the score 2 seconds ago. I just pointed out the score.
Yeah, but
also, I feel like
if you can
somebody
just
else
say
has
it
also
again.
asked me. Somebody else has also just asked this on the questions that we've got for this episode. What was the score? It's United 0, Man City 3. अभी क्या बोलेगा यार? क्या बोलेगा?
A minute of silence and then we move on.
I feel like this club is in mourning only. Bobby Charlton also passed away. There was a minute of silence before the game for that. I feel like पूरा माथा में चल रहा है ये club के साथ.
Yeah, there were also like about at least the second half ka 45 minutes of silence because the crowd was just not there. It was like, Khatam karo, we want to leave. I think by the 80th minute, I saw the stands clearing out.
Yeah. I was talking to Nicole and she was like, Ari, but how can these fans be this way? Like, you should support, even in bad times, you should support till the end. And I was like, see, I get it. And if I was at Old Trafford, I would do that. But that's also because my commute to Old Trafford is a little more complicated. वहाँ पे लोग जो है locals, they're probably thinking, yeah, fuck, this is the same shit all over again. मेरे को train में गर्दी नहीं मिलेगा. So it's better to take the culty right now. And
Virat Fast में अभी जल्दी जाते हैं before the 6 o'clock period starts.
Before the rush hour starts, we'll get off. But it was I don't know what or who is at fault anymore, because I'm reaching that point where I'm seriously wondering if Erik ten Hag is doing a good job anymore or not. Because we know for a fact that the players that United have are subpar. Let's be very honest, that squad is quite subpar compared to the rest of the teams in the Premier League.
But so much money you have just spent on it.
See, the number of the money that has been spent by the club is a different argument altogether, because that is the Glazers. They will overpay and overvalue and get fucked. Like, Anthony Martial is still on Manchester United's books, and that's because Glazers have handed out ridiculous contracts to their players and have paid ridiculous transfer fees. That is a different thing altogether. But I'm saying, just purely on a footballing technical sense, the players that we've got in, Erik ten Hag signings, also have flattered to deceive to a certain extent. Like, इतना impact किसी ने किया नहीं है अब तक. And the players who are there, like, this is supposed to be a coach that can tactically outclass opponents, something that Solskjaer wasn't able to do, or that was something that was held against him. That was the biggest criticism of Solskjaer. He's a great man manager, but उसका tactics उतना ये नहीं है, वो vibes पे खेलता है. पर Erik ten Hag वो vibes और वो tactics पे खेलता है. But the tactics are themselves wrong. Like, I have said this multiple times, Bruno playing right wing is a waste of talent. He is not going to be able to control the game from the right wing. He was playing right wing yesterday in the Manchester fucking derby. Victor Lindelof at left back was a disaster waiting to happen. He was the worst defender out of the four throughout that game. He is not a left back. He is barely a decent centre half. Like, he's a decent backup. He's not even a good backup. He's a decent backup. And to play that kind of player at left back when you have Sergio Reguilon, who's come back from injury, I think is a little weird. I felt like after Reguilon came on in the second half, there was some sense of urgency in that Manchester United squad. But again, like, I don't understand. Johnny Evans played with Harry Maguire when Rafael Varane was on the bench, and Erik ten Hag was asked about this multiple times, and he got angry also with the journalists. He's like, how many times do I need to explain it? I picked Evans because of tactics. Because Rafael Varane, when he plays on the right-hand side with Lisandro Martinez, who's left-footed. Harry Maguire cannot play on the left. I like him better on the right, and therefore Evans had to play on the left. And fair enough, Maguire is in good form. Even yesterday, he was quite solid. He was one of the small rays of positivity in this squad.
Wow, the days. Wow.
I'm telling you, the resurgence is on. The comeback story is on. So yeah, like, I don't know. Like, do you guys think that you can blame all of this on the injuries? Because yeah, Luke Shaw's injured, Aaron Wan-Bissaka's injured, Reguilon was injured for a long time, Casemiro is out as well, and he's not in form. Lisandro Martinez is injured. Does it all have to do with injuries, or is there something else that's the problem here?
I mean, see, speaking of Eric Ten Hag, right? Like, I think one question that we need to ask is, has he coached a player into becoming the best version of themselves? Right, and that's not happened. I can't figure out which player is better because they're purely playing under Eric Ten Hag.
Harry
So to
Maguire.
me,
Harry Maguire.
Yeah, exactly. And that's actually saying a lot that Harry Maguire is his most well coached player.
Yeah.
Because you've gotten these apparently crazy talents, Ajax imports, right? And United have previously gotten Ajax imports. It's not a new place for United to get players from.
Yeah.
Right? These are players who I think have reached the semi-final of the Champions League a couple of years ago, a couple of them.
Yeah.
Right? They were the players who beat Real Madrid at Bernabeu. So, but somehow, for some reason, either his tactics are outdated in that they're still stuck in 2018, right? I think, was it Carragher or Gary Neville who was accusing them of playing underdog football, which worked at Ajax, right? Because Ajax pretty much has the league guaranteed for themselves until Eric Ten Hag at that point. But I think in the Champions League they could play like underdogs.
Yeah, and because they were underdogs.
Yeah, so those tactics got them really far.
Yeah.
And I think the problem with Eric Ten Hag is that he's trying to bring those tactics to the league, and I think they just don't suit a league. They don't suit a team like United, which wants to be at the top, right? Like Aston Villa, West Ham can afford to do that, but not a United. Even a Brighton. But first, United can't do that. Second thing is, it doesn't suit the kind of superstar egos that you probably have, that you get at a United. You have Champions League winners. You have players who want to be in Ballon d'Or contentions. You can't ask them to be like conservative, just pure forward. I don't think you can do that. So maybe, I think tactically, it's the wrong tactics.
Yeah.
I feel like it's, all these Ajax players, Ajax managers, Ajax has a vibe. It works within that Ajax vibe, but I can't think of lots of players or managers who've come from Ajax and then have worked elsewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Davy Klaassen, who was a part of that squad. Lots of these players. Suarez is the one Ajax player who made it big that I can sort of think of. But maybe Ten Hag is being caught out by the lack of support in Ajax, the lack of youth players that he can keep replacing his squad with. I think it's that these Ajax players work their way up well in Ajax in the Dutch league, but they're being caught out here. And Sancho, I feel like, is the one anomaly because Bellingham's doing so well, Haaland's doing so well. And I remember in that Dortmund team, it was Sancho who was spoken about very highly even by his teammates. So for Sancho to not be working out makes me feel, I don't know what that is.
I'm glad that you got that you brought up Sancho, because that was the next point that I was going to make. Like, do we see signs of Eric Ten Hag losing the dressing room at this point? Because it looked like the last performance, that Manchester Derby performance, just looked like the trust in the manager is gone. Like, this squad doesn't want to play for this manager anymore. And we saw this with Jose Mourinho as well. The same sort of performance levels we saw with Jose Mourinho. I feel like, and I will admit this, when Ten Hag banished Jadon Sancho from first team training for his outburst on Instagram, I was with the manager. I was like, well done. Like, the player should not have gone on Instagram and posted this publicly. दिखा ना तू क्या कर सकता है ट्रेनिंग ग्राउंड पे. You have your opportunity now because there's so many injuries, there's so many unavailable players. Show what you can do and get yourself back in the manager's good books, like Harry Maguire has done. Like, Harry Maguire got his captaincy stripped away from him, was benched for a majority of last season. Even starting of this season, it didn't look like he was a part of the manager's plans. A move to West Ham didn't materialize. He had to stay. He had to bide his time. He had to do the time. And when his chance came, he started playing well. And I think Ten Hag is being very fair in preferring him in centre back to anybody else, and molding his defensive tactics around the availability of Maguire playing in that right centre back position. And I feel like that's worked out. But now, according to reports, Jadon Sancho's been banned from eating in the first team cafeteria, and his khana comes to him in a lunchbox away from Carrington. And at that point, I'm like, how is this helping anyone?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, I
And
feel
this
like,
is too school principle sort of
Yeah.
tactics. And I get it. I get United has probably suffered from, like a cool boys club syndrome where like the superstar players probably
yeah,
overtook the club identity and
yeah,
restrained some players from expressing themselves. That makes sense. And he made the point. I'm like, okay, now don't push it further. Don't push it to such an extreme, right?
Yeah,
You
don't
got
keep
Ronaldo.
underlining your point. You made
You got
it. We
Ronaldo.
get what you're trying to
Yeah,
say.
exactly. You got Ronaldo out. Pogba went out. Whatever. That's good for him.
yeah,
Right? You punished Sancho already. Correct.
yeah,
You stripped. You got rid of De Gea, who I don't know could he. I don't think he was clubbed in this group, but you got rid of him, which made one sort of a statement. You also stripped captaincy off of Harry Maguire, and I'm like, okay, now you've done what your point is. You get it. You're not now put the system in place, coach
Yeah.
them, like
yeah.
So I think, yeah,
I feel like, I mean, the positivity from last season, the way TenHag handled last season, and the way the team was playing under him last season, it did look like they wanted to fight for their place. They wanted to fight for this manager, and they wanted to fight for this club. It just doesn't seem like that anymore, because even the victories that we've got so far in all competitions, they've been very unconvincing victories. And like, I can't think of a single performance where we looked like the better team. We looked convincing. It just, like, individual brilliance, moments of madness towards the end of the game, those were the catalysts for getting us the 3 points in the games that we won. But there was no, like you said earlier, like a sense of calm, like a dominant performance where you know for a fact that you are coming away with 3 points because you are the better team by a margin. That has just not happened with Man United this season.
yeah. On the other hand, let's also not forget you are playing a City, right? City is a dominant. I think the loss to City isn't what is surprising. I think it's just how at no point did United actually, like, even though they went quite close. I think Rashford had a few very close shots, which maybe at a 2-0 could have spurned a comeback. I think Eriksen had a shot or two that went quite close. So I think there was something in it for United. They weren't as it wasn't that they didn't create chances, but I think everyone felt like if they had finished those shots, it would have been a surprise rather than the fact that they missed those shots.
Yeah.
And I think I was just before this, I was looking up something about the Premier League stats, and I think Rashford has one of the most number of shots this season.
Yeah.
Like, in number of shots, he's on the same levels as Haaland, Salah, Son, who are, I think, the top 3 scorers. But I think the goals aren't there. So I think, and that's where coaching comes in, right? That's why you need to coach a player to become and if Darwin Núñez, who's like pretty much like the most hot-headed person, can be coached into some calmness while finishing, I'm sure someone like a Rashford, who seems like a calmer person, can be coached into these situations. So then this is why, to me, it's looking like this is Erik ten Hag's fault, because this is also Erik ten Hag's team.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a case of, okay, the systems are there, but the players are weak and therefore it's looking weak or something, right? I'm saying, look at player, like you look at Unai Emery, you look at De Zerbi. Of course, they're not the best players, but they still have systems in place, and that's how they're playing.
Yeah. Let's talk about the actual game though. Quick mention to Andre Onana. I think even after letting 3 goals in, Onana was one of the best players on that pitch for Man United, because he made some stunning stops, including that first header that he saved from Erling Haaland. Absolutely stunning. And I feel like that penalty save against Copenhagen has really pumped his confidence up a notch, and was starting to see the Onana that we had bought, so it's good to see. But the penalty now, I want to ask you guys about the penalty, because I feel like till the penalty decision was given, it was 0-0, and it looked like Man United could cause an upset. Like, they were not controlling the game, I would say, but there was a little bit of fight that United were showing, and we could have probably scored a goal on the break and at least taken the game to Man City. But when that penalty was given and Haaland scored it, I think that's where the game just changed. We were lucky to go into halftime only 1-0 down, and then second half was just a massive dip in performance. But about that penalty, do you think it was a penalty?
Yeah, I thought it was. I mean, it was a soft penalty. I think everybody agrees that it was a soft penalty, but it's not. It's not crazy that it was given a penalty. You've seen those not given. It definitely
It
changed
was
the
not
game.
given. It was not given when United played Arsenal and Hoyland was himself wrestled
Sure,
down
but
in
I
a very
think
similar manner.
I think United have played Wolves, right, earlier this season.
Yeah.
At that point, Harry Maguire also pulled someone down. So I think that sort of stuff keeps happening. So I think just keeping this one particular instance, taking that into account, it does. It did feel like it was a soft one for sure. I'm not going to say it was obvious, dude. How can you say that? But you've seen those
But it was
given,
also, and it was also an unnecessary tackle at that point when the ball, like it was.
I feel like no, it wasn't. It wasn't a case of unnecessary. I think the pundits doing the coverage of the game, I think, pointed it out really, really astutely, which is that it was a mistake made by a player who's not used to being in that position. Hoyland is a striker.
Yeah.
In a defensive aspect, he's not used to being a part of a unit that defends together. He's not coached in his defending. So,
but that's
Right.
that's the thing, right? Like, so it was just a case of him not knowing who he needs to mark, just seeing at the last minute that Rodri's got the run on him, and by reflex doing what he can do to catch up, which is like put your hand out and try and hold him back. And it was just that. Like, it was just a freak mistake. Now, if that was a defender who committed that mistake, that would be absolutely atrocious. But I feel like because it's a striker committing that mistake, you can have those.
No, but you can't give a penalty or not give a penalty based on what position the offender plays.
No,
a bad tackle is a bad tackle.
A bad tackle is a bad tackle, but I'm saying
And Hoyland should
is
either not be there or not make a tackle like that, because I get he's not equipped to be in that defensive block, but there's a reason that the striker usually stands around the halfway line and not anywhere close to the action in a defensive set piece.
And guys, he's also like an 80 million striker. He's not a 20 million or something or an academy product, meaning that he comes. Like, the expectation is that you sourced him for that much money because you see him as some sort of a finished product.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, you sourced him for that much money because Manchester United.
Yeah, that we've established that United play ridiculous amounts of money. Because I'm sure the United squad must be one of the most expensive squad there is with Casemiro and Onana all these players.
Yeah. Anthony had a little bit of a go at Jeremy Doku towards the end of the game, just needlessly swiping out at him. And this is again like this. When Anthony first came to the club, his so-called quote-unquote passion was a refreshing change. Like, it seemed like this guy really gave a shit about this team. But now, like, his antics against Jeremy Doku yesterday just seemed very childish. Like, there's no reason. You've lost the game. Why? What are you going to get out of this? You've, not you personally as Anthony, but this team has not played well enough to warrant going up in a physical altercation against one of the players. If it was a tightly contested game and you went toe to toe with this team and tempers flared, that's fine. That can get the crowd riled up. But 3-0 down, you've played poorly and you're just obviously swiping out at a player that leads to nothing. And then you get an unnecessary booking. And to add to that, Bruno Fernandes will come to argue as well, and he gets booked as well. Like, I don't think a single game goes by without Bruno getting a yellow card now.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually going to ask you, what do you think about Bruno, the captain? Because I think that also looks super disappointing to me. Like, he doesn't look like... He's not... I don't know, is he the kind of leader of a dressing room?
He definitely is a leader in the dressing room. I think he's a leader on the pitch as well. I'm quite happy with him as captain. But it's... Even when he was not captain, he was exactly like this. Right? Like, he would whine and cry about a bunch of things and get booked.
But the fact that he's captain now means he needs to be a bit more mature and like not be the same.
In fact, it's strange. I'm saying this, and I know it's probably not the best, but just based on spirit alone, so far, I think Andre Onana has exemplified being the toughest sports person there yet. Like, in terms of his form is clearly better than most people, like at least it seems
Yeah.
to be on the rise.
Yeah.
And generally, whenever he's made a mistake, he's owned up to it. He seems to be egging people on to, play better, demand better. So,
Yeah. Right. Let's move on to West Ham versus Everton then. We're putting this game in the first half, Aakarsh, because you're coming on the podcast after a very long time and Everton have 1 points after a very long time. So West Ham 0, Everton 1. Dominic Calvert-Lewin getting the only goal of the game. Fantastic first touch by him to set himself up for the shot. Good finish. Lovely, important 3 points for Everton, especially considering that Everton might get a maximum of 12 points deducted because of their financial improprieties.
Yeah, very important win, very important 3 points. This 12-point ban is just... It's really ridiculous. Honestly, I don't see it happening because if it happens, then I mean, Everton have 1 count of financial fair play charges against them. City have 115. So someone did the math. That's like 13 seasons worth of points. So I don't think they can really give that points deduction. On the other hand, if they do give the points deduction, teams like Burnley, Leicester and Leeds have already said they're going to sue Everton because then they're like, oh, we shouldn't have gone down. They should have gone down instead. So shit show, but 3 points. Yay. This is fine.
At least it's all working out on the pitch.
At least it's sort of all working out on the pitch. Yeah, so when I was watching this game, the commentator spoke out something that was really scary, which is that Everton took 20 games last season to get 3 victories.
Oh, fuck.
Which is like, whoa, how did they stay up? But this time we've gotten to 3 victories a lot quicker. So I feel like
progress
on the pitch, progress. As far as stuff on the pitch stays good, like I think Everton can stay up.
Yeah, and I guess there are 5 teams that are... The bottom 5 are really bad.
Yeah.
I think Everton are luckier in that sense that, again, I respect Sean Dyche a lot. And of course, that is well known in the world of this podcast. But I think Everton's also heavily benefiting from the fact that the bottom 5 are probably one of the worst bottom 5s, at least since I've started following football, which is early 2000s.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like Luton's
Sheffield,
definitely going
Burnley,
down.
Luton.
Sheffield,
Yeah, so they are atrociously bad. So,
but if I can get a 12-point deduction, then they're definitely going down, I think. Then even Luton and Sheffield can't really
no, but
that bad.
It's not really that bad because even then they'll probably be like 5 points behind, I think 17th place or something, which is not too crazy. Again, if it happens now, it's not some unimaginable task for him to overcome.
I feel like Sean Dyche is good. He's not that good. He can't overcome a 12-point deduction.
We also must mention the passing of Everton chairman Bill Kenwright, long-time chairman of the club, Aakarsh.
Yeah, long-time chairman of the club. Very, very divisive figure at Everton. And I think the way he passed, he hadn't come to an Everton game in at least about 6 months because there was animosity between the fans, but he was also really unwell, but he refused to step down as chairman. So like a very up and down relationship. But I think it's really sad that he's not going to be able to see Everton play in their new stadium, which I hope I can see, and I hope they can complete that stadium.
Yeah.
But yeah, long-time chairman is going to be interesting to see who steps into that role.
Yeah. Right. On that note, let's take a quick break. On the other side, we'll take your questions. We'll talk about Arsenal's 5-goal victory over Sheffield and some commentator shade that was thrown towards certain Arsenal players, which is fucking hilarious. And also, Mukesh's quiz. See you on the other side.
The feeling when you sink yourself into a sofa at the end of a long day. It almost feels like a hug from a loved one. That's why we at Durian have crafted sofas that can handle everyday chaos and still look amazing. Do visit your nearest Durian store or our website durian.in to explore a stunning collection of sofas in leather, leatherette and fabric. All of which comes with an unmatched 5-year warranty. Get your hands on the grand festive offer with flat 50% off on select furniture. Your dream sofa awaits only at Durian. Choose the luxurious comfort you deserve.
Welcome back to the Corner Flag, everybody. And as always, we begin the second half with your questions. Questions with the Corner Flag.
Dude, answers also, huh?
Let's begin with Fazil Abbas Banatwala, who has asked us, "ये दुख काहे खत्म नहीं होता?"
नहीं होगा।
#GGMU.
नहीं होगा खत्म जब तक I feel like it's a broken record to keep saying till the Glazers are at the club nothing will change, but I would love to see what happens after the Glazers leave, or even leave 25% of their ownership to somebody else. I would love to see what excuse the players and the fans have after that happens, because I still don't see anything changing anytime soon, because it's I have no hopes left for this club.
I'm just going to tell you that when Bill Kenwright was the owner of the club, I used to be like, oh, I can't wait to see what happens to Everton after Kenwright sells. And then he sold and it was to Moshiri, and now this shit is happening. So the grass is not greener.
Yeah.
Right. RBNR has asked us, do a vlog when MCFC play KBFC at Kochi.
I responded to that, and I would love to, but I don't think I'll have the time to travel to Kochi for the game. I'll probably be watching it from home, and I don't think a vlog that I shoot from home is going to be interesting, because I'll just be in my house on my couch.
Yes, and as they say, we don't have the time. Time is currency. Luckily for us, we don't have the currency also. Shri Vallabh _M, who I think is the new questioner. So hey,
what's up, Shri Vallabh?
Hi.
Thank you for writing in. What was the score, Amog? Manchester is blue.
I love that new listeners are writing in, or old listeners who are writing in for the first time are in tune with the ethos of this podcast. They are up to date with all the cultural references that we make and all the points of banter that we have cultivated over a period of 4 years.
Stop stalling and answer his question, Amog.
United 0, City 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
Moving on. Pranav Gokhale says, who I think is also new.
I think, I don't know, but hey, Pranav, if you're new, welcome.
Hello.
If you're
And he
not,
says,
welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm a Chelsea fan. Oh, man.
That's it.
We're sorry.
Actually, I'm not sorry. Welcome to the Mayusi club, dude.
Then
Can I just say that it is really bizarre that Chelsea and United are coming together mourning the loss of their football teams, whereas Everton is laughing. This is a very weird weekend.
No, see, I feel like you United fans and Chelsea fans, when you all became United and Chelsea fans 20 years ago, you all have seen the glory, and which is gone now. No, I've never seen it.
You've never seen the glory.
Yeah, it's not as sad.
Yeah.
It's that question of, is it best to have loved and lost on? I have never loved only. Yeah, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Harnish Nathwani asks, FPL league code, please. Amog will take care of those.
I'll respond. I'll respond.
Definitely,
to that.
I can't take care of that.
Yeah.
Have you joined yourself yet?
I have. Amog taught me how to do it. He told me how to do it.
Where are you? Where are you in the league? I haven't checked because I've only been keeping an eye out on Amog.
I think I'm like 65th or something like that.
Yeah, you only need to keep an eye out on me, Aakarsh. You don't need to worry about. If he's 65th, that's like way below.
Oh, are you guys in the top 10 or something?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, really?
No, we're not.
Yeah.
Because if you're not being really cocky for someone who's 14th or 15th, like yeah.
I don't think you're in the top 20, Amog.
I'm 17th. I'm 17th in the Corner Flag League.
Oh.
No, but I'm third in the Comics League. I'm third in our football team league.
This is the Corner Flag.
I'm 17th in the Corner Flag.
17th.
Because there's more players, yeah. You know what to do.
There's more people who are better than you. That's how this works.
Nimesh Shinde asked, after how many losses will United fans shout ETH out?
I feel like it's on the cusp right now. I think like the
Three
tide is
more.
turning.
I'm saying three more losses, and it's loud. Then it becomes the majority, boys.
I feel like the only reason why it's not happened now is because everybody knows that it's Man City, even though it's a local derby, bitter rivals and all. Everybody knows that they are a better team, much better. So I feel like that's the only reason why there's no real shouts for TenHag out just yet. But I feel like
3-0
it's coming
is almost
soon.
respectable. If it was 6-7, it would have been. We'd be hearing those shouts already.
I think that's why City went calm. They're like, "Arey, keep this guy only as manager." Make it. In fact, they were on the edge. Kasper scoring one own goal also, just to be like,
Yeah.
okay. Ashwin _040, newish user, asks thoughts on Endo and Ryan Gravenberch. I think they were class the last two games. LFC fan, by the way. I'll take that because I'm pretty sure you guys have no idea how they've been playing.
No. We can also take it, but you go first. Then I'll give my opinions.
Yes. Thoughts on Wataru Endo? Please call him Wataru, not Endo, because he's clearly specified he wants to be called Wataru. He's really improved. I thought the cutest and the funniest and also the saddest part was that he gave a press, like when the press interviewed him or something, he was like, I know the fans think I'm old. I know they weren't happy with me, but I'm going to work hard and get better. I can feel myself improving and I will get better and I will prove myself. And I'm like, oh man, I can't say anything. So definitely sweet. So I think he's improving for sure. I think he's definitely making a contention for that number 6 spot. Definitely as a first substitute for sure. But I think also I feel like he looks like he can be trusted with
Mukesh,
better teams.
Thoda jaldi karna. We're talking about Wataru, Endo and fucking Ryan Gravenberch.
It's the only Liverpool question. It's the
we're not talking
question.
about Mbappe and Haaland.
Please, it's the first Liverpool question.
कोई जरूरत नहीं है.
It's the first Liverpool question.
Can I give you my opinions now? Which
we finished on Ryan Gravenberch, which is Ryan Gravenberch has been amazing.
Aakarsh, let's come back in like half an hour.
I said he's the best and he's amazing and he's really improving. So great, good progress.
So my opinions are same. Also, good, cool. Moving on.
I feel like I'm sure he helps out with keeping the dressing room clean and all that. That's also added bonus. Go Japanese fans.
Yeah. Although I do find it funny that they call him Japanese samurai. I mean, they call him the Scout samurai.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's the softest, sweetest guy. Huh? Samurai isn't really suiting him.
Is that cultural appropriation though?
Huh?
Is that cultural appropriation that you're just calling every Japanese guy a samurai because that's the only thing you know about their culture?
Yeah. Well, I mean, be happy that at least they call it samurai, not ninja. Then that would have been even worse.
Yeah.
Small victories.
No, but the thing is, they had to call him a samurai because Scouts. No, the alliteration has to work. You can't be Naus ninja like
Scouts sushi wala.
But also
Scouts sushi wala is great.
Yeah.
Also, probably a name of a Parsi dude.
Scouts sushi wala. Praga _19 asks us, did you see the video title fuck up on Man United's YouTube channel for the Derby highlights video?
So I didn't, but I responded to him. I asked him this on message what the error was, and the United YouTube account apparently titled the highlight clip Man United 3-0 Man City. मतलब हम हमारे ख्यालों में ही जीत रहे हैं डर्बी गेम्स. But this is what I mean. Like everything about this club is so badly managed. Like every aspect of this fucking football.
Even the social media guy's not getting paid.
Everything is. It's not just about getting paid. I'm sure he's getting paid way better than every other social media manager in the Premier League. He's probably on like the highest wages possible, but everything is managed very badly.
Maybe it's just Sancho who's been demoted down to that role and he's like, oh, main dikhata hu.
Chal, let's fuck around a bit.
Yeah.
And with that, the questions are over.
Awesome. Let's go over to Arsenal 5, Sheffield United 0. At the beginning of the game, there was ultimate shade from the commentator, all right? Because he said, biggest mismatch of the Premier League, let alone the weekend. Arsenal unbeaten, Sheffield winless. Sheffield kick us off looking to do what they've never done before, win a Premier League game in this part of North London. They'll be happy to just win a Premier League match. I'm like, wow, you've set the scene. Like, if the players could hear you, they're like, हाँ हम लोग हार चुके हैं. It's done. It's over. So funny. So funny. But great game.
Who was
Eddie
it? Was it Peter Drury?
No, it wasn't.
Who
Peter
was being
Drury.
so poetic in Sheffield
don't know.
United's misery?
I'm not sure who the commentator was, but whoever it was not a Sheffield United fan, fair to say, or was a die-hard Sheffield United fan and was just pissed off with the state of affairs at his club.
Yeah, probably that.
But great game though. Eddie Nketiah scoring his first Premier League hat trick of his career, just putting rest to the question, who is going to step up now that Gabriel Jesus is injured? Is it Kai Havertz? And why is it not Kai Havertz? And he's answered that question very well.
Yeah, I feel like kudos to Nketiah, man. He was out of a contract, I think, during the summer. He had a few opportunities to sign with other clubs. I think West Ham were interested, Everton were interested, Villa maybe also. But he decided to stay at Arsenal and fight for his place, which I remember thinking was so stupid. But well done him, because he's been that understudy at Arsenal for really long now.
Yeah.
And I think this is a good way to announce himself, and I hope this is not just a flash in the pan for him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's wearing the number 14 shirt, so he's carrying a lot of weight on his shoulders because, of course, Thierry Henry wore the 14 shirt for him. And Theo Walcott, let's not forget Theo Walcott, also wore number 14 during his time at Arsenal. So great. And good goals also. The first goal was lovely first touch for him to get away from his marker and slot it in. But that third goal, what a hit. What a fucking hit.
Yeah, guys, it was great.
Good goal. Great way to get your hat-trick.
Yeah. The commentator popped up again with a little bit of shade, and this time towards Arsenal, because Arsenal are now 3-0 up and Kai Havertz has come and he had a chance. And the commentator says it would crown the night for Arsenal if they can get Havertz on the score sheet. Which is like, the commentator was saying, ये खुद तो कुछ घंटा कर सकता है. इसको मतलब सब लोग ऐसे full open goal में tap in देना पड़ता है सारे टीम को. That is the only way he can probably score a goal. Even then, it's not guaranteed that he's actually going to score. But again, spectacular shade. Although what Arsenal did was really nice when Fabio Vieira went down and got Arsenal a penalty. Eddie Nketiah gave the ball to Vieira and not to Kai Havertz. This time, like, I think the Arsenal team were also like, देख भाई एक बार दिया था तेरे को, अभी ये बार-बार नहीं होने वाला है. This is not a recurring deposit. हाँ, ये रिकरिंग डिपॉजिट नहीं है, ये वन टाइम इन्वेस्टमेंट है, अभी तो खुद करना चाहिए. बट Nketiah said that he wanted to take the penalty, but he gave it to Fabio Vieira because Fabio Vieira is expecting a child, so he wanted him to get on the score sheet and celebrate, which is quite sweet.
Yeah, so they still are doing Kachali move, no? They're still doing the same thing, just to...
Okay. तेरी बारी.
Letting somebody take a penalty because they're going to be a father versus letting somebody take a penalty because that is the only way they can score. Two very, very different things.
Maybe there was some internal joke about, now that you're pregnant, kids, you're not going to be able to score in bed for a while.
Yeah.
Scoring
kar le. Staying in London though, Chelsea 0, Brentford 2. Now for Gunty, who is a Chelsea fan, who did not want to ask me the question but got you to ask me the question, Aakarsh, it is a little rich, I feel, for him to ask the question, because I can ask the question right back. What the fuck was the score, Gunty? And Prashant, who's not here today but is also a Chelsea fan. Chelsea losing 2-0 to Brentford.
And the new Chelsea fan we have, was it Sri Vallabh?
Srivala was Chelsea?
No, I think he was City.
There was a Chelsea
We have
fan.
a new Chelsea fan.
Yes. But 2-0 to Brentford, and it just seemed like a sucker punch of a victory because Chelsea were dominating throughout the game. Like the first half was absolutely Chelsea. They just could not finish. The second half was almost absolutely Chelsea and they still could not finish.
But that's Chelsea in like 3 years ago, so they could not finish.
Yeah, I think
5 years ago.
No, but it's all the more Chelsea this year and last year, right? Like they have the attack, they have the shots, and they're just not able to find that finishing touch. And of course, they keep saying we don't have a striker quality, but they've spent $1 billion or whatever.
Yeah, no,
So-
I feel like the striker that they got is injured and Kunku is injured, but they haven't invested in any backups. Like, you have so much pace, you have so much attacking flair, but no end product, and that is very, very lopsided. Which leads me to ask the question, is Pochettino actually going to be able to get this Chelsea team firing the way they need to be firing for a team of their status?
I feel like it depends on which way Todd Bowley wants to go. I think if Pochettino is given time and given another couple of transfer windows and like the budget to they've given him only, but I think it takes time to build a team, and Pochettino is used to playing with great strikers, with Harry Kane when he was at PSG as well. So I think he'll need some time and he'll need to figure out that striker duo.
I think if Chelsea can bag Ivan Toney once he comes back, someone who can finish, who has Premier League experience, then they're going to be something to watch out for, because they're not going to attract the world's best strikers, right? They're not that team anymore.
Yeah.
But there are people like Ivan Toney who sort of still fit their bill. Definitely they can pay the bills or whatever. And I think maybe then Pochettino can get things going. And probably that's when it'll at least click for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
That is a good shout. That's a very good shout. The second goal that Brentford scored was amazing to see, because that is the jeopardy that you get when you send your goalkeeper up for a corner. And just to see Robert Sanchez run back to try and catch up with Mbuemo, I think it was just so hilarious to see.
Yeah, but it was one of those things of Chelsea had clearly realized that they're not going to win this game, and it's a question of trying to get that 1 point, and you throw everything you have there.
Yeah.
So 1-0, 2-0 doesn't really matter, but that 1 point would have really helped them.
That would have helped them. Speaking of Chelsea, though, Danny Drinkwater, remember him? He's announced his retirement from football at the tender age of 33. So yeah, I guess now, and everybody, please pay attention to the joke that is about to come. Now he can probably drink more than just water. Mukesh, you want to do your game or what?
Yeah, and you want to start him on negative points?
Yeah, I'm going to deduct points. I'm actually serious, by the way. I'm going to start on -5 points.
Fuck. I can edit that bit out altogether.
But you can't edit
You
the
can't
score.
edit the -5. Yeah.
Yeah, but that makes you the dick, because you've just deducted
fine.
points for no reason.
That's fine. These are... okay, I'm okay starting -2 points. I'm okay definitely starting at -2 points. Okay,
fine. But before we go to the game, we
Nice.
have to talk about Spurs, because Spurs beat Crystal Palace.
Oh my God, I'm
1-2.
okay.
Spurs are top of the fucking Premier League. How is this happening? And I'll tell you how this is happening. It's happening because of Postecoglou, because this man is doing such a great job at Spurs. Like, I wish he was at Man United. I want to hate him, but you just can't hate Postecoglou.
Yeah, he's damn good, and I think he deserves a lot of credit. But I think it's happening because Harry Kane finally left that club. I think
That's
he
true.
was the
He was the
curse, he was
toxic,
the
yeah.
stink.
Yeah.
And now that he's gone, everyone can take a breath of fresh air and not be serving him constantly.
You think
And,
Harry Kane is kicking himself for moving when Spurs are playing this way, or not?
I mean, Bayern are scoring 8 goals in one half. He's getting hat-trick per hat-trick. He's definitely going to win that shield.
Yeah.
I think he's having a great time. Yeah. I'm
It's
sure
worked
there's
out
a part
well.
of him that's really jealous.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's some part of him that hates Spurs
Yeah.
because of this, but I don't think he regrets it, no.
Yeah. All right, Mukesh, are you ready for your quiz?
Are you ready for the quiz, guys?
Let's
Ladies
go.
and gents, are you
Let's do
ready
it.
for the biggest extravaganza event of this year? Okay, so let's... Basic rules. I will announce the format of the questions before we get into the round. And then I will tell you the number of points. And it's... I will decide who goes first, who goes second. And I'm the final authority on how many points someone gets. Fair?
Of
All
course you are,
understood?
Mukesh. You're the authority. You're the best. We
So
love
wait,
it. Love you.
so
Hey, I'll
Oh,
also
shut up.
cut
Stop-
her
stop
minus 2
brown
points for
nosing.
you. I'll also cut
Cut
minus.
it
You
for
know what?
brown
I'm
nosing.
cutting -1. I'm starting him on
Hey,
-1.
hey,
No, no,
भलाई का तो
wait.
ज़माना ही नहीं रहा.
One question though. You're going to like, are they multiple choice questions or what are they?
Yeah, some are multiple choice. It's a mix. I have a mix because it's the first
Okay.
round. I mix it up.
Paper
Okay.
pattern
Some-
changes every time, basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
some are
Take it.
hard, some are easy. I think they're broadly mostly easy because you want to warm you everybody up. But as things stand, because of your individual behaviors, Aakarsh is at -1 points and Amog is at -2 points.
Aakarsh. This is good
Huh.
though. This is good because you need to get yourself prepared for points deduction. So it's
Right.
Yeah.
Shit,
Oof,
I don't know
trash
that's
talk.
how it works. Like, because Prashant is currently in the lead, so next time
With
maybe I
0
want
points.
sure. Yeah. Okay, so you
Prashant's
said,
won
but you
by
get
not
to,
turning up.
you said you will pick who gets to answer first. Is that what you said?
I mean, I will figure out the format. Now, because
he's not
Aakarsh has
figured out the
behaved.
format at all. He has no idea what he's doing.
No, Aakarsh,
Cut,
because
take
Aakarsh has behaved properly, I will grant Aakarsh the first option to go first in the first question. Right?
Okay.
Okay, now in this question, I'm going to read out 3 names,
Hmm.
right? And you're going to have to tell me one thing that connects all of them.
Okay.
And that's for 5 points. If both of you don't get it, right, I will give you a 4th name in the same list, and that will give you 2 points. Fair?
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to read out the 3 names, and you have to tell me what's in common. Aakarsh goes first. The 3
Okay.
names are Ener Valencia, Yuri Gazinski, and Marcelo.
I'm coming
Okay,
up with.
let's go. Yeah. Aakarsh, are you ready with the answer? Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Give me an answer. This is for 5 points.
I'm gonna say they have the most number of red cards for their national team. I mean, I don't know. It's a reach, but I have no
It's
idea.
a
what
reach
it is.
and it's wrong.
Not
Amog, your turn.
surprising.
Were they the players to score the first goal for their national teams at World Cups?
You're partly right, but you're not fully right. But I will give it to you. I will give you all the 5 points because it is
What?
true.
No.
I'll tell you what it is. They scored the opening goals of the last 3 World Cups. And I'll give you 1 extra point if you tell me the name of. So if you go back from 22, 2018, and 2014, these are the
But
names
you
of the
can't
guys.
give him 5 points because obviously Marcelo is not the first Brazilian to score in the World
No,
Cup.
no,
Aakarsh.
he said it. He said they were the first ones to
Aakarsh.
score for their club, but which is true. When they score for their club, they've also scored for.
Aakarsh, he is
That
the
was good.
ultimate authority. He made that very,
I
very
can
clear.
argue. I can
No, you can't.
argue.
No, I understand, but he gets 5 points because it's correct. These are the guys. But I'll give you more chances to win. So the first chance to win is, can you name? So this is all these names lead up to the 2014 World Cup. Who scored the first goal in the 2010 World Cup? If you get that, you get 2 points.
Can I go?
Yes.
Shabalala.
Yes, Amog starts with 7 points. Aakarsh, you
Yeah,
still.
I would have gotten
You-
Shabalala if I thought
okay.
about it for 2 minutes.
Now there is
We
one
all
more
can say
shot.
that, Aakarsh. We all can say that when we lose.
You have one more shot,
Hindsight is a
Aakarsh,
wonderful thing.
to win 2 points from this question. One of these players scored an own goal. Which one?
I know it wasn't Shabalala. I know it was in Ener Valencia. I have no clue between Yuri Kaczynski and Marcelo,
Okay,
so
3,
I'm gonna
2,
say
1.
Marcelo.
Excellent. Marcelo is the correct answer. Okay.
Okay.
Again with that
So
first
how many
round.
points do I get?
So you get 2 points for that, but Amog has totally at 7 points, which, right? So Amog's got 7 points out of this question, and Aakarsh has managed to get 2. All right. Now,
Yeah,
on
man.
that first note of first scorers at different World Cups, we move on to a quicker, faster round, which is true or false. And like in school, you get 2 marks for every correct answer. I'm going to say some statements. First one goes to Aakarsh, and then we'll keep alternating. Or actually, let's try this. I'm going to say it, and you both can decide at the same time. Say it, and whoever gets the correct answer gets the correct answer. If you don't get the points. Fair?
But
There's
if
no
I get
turns
it
in this.
wrong, does he get the points?
No, nothing like that. Whoever you guys
Okay.
agree on an answer, and then whoever gets, if you're right, you get the points.
Okay.
Because I'm testing individual knowledge. I don't want to leave anything to chance of who gets which question.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
So we both
Now-
can answer.
If you both can answer, and if you both get it right, you both get points. If both of you get it wrong, you get no points. Okay? Okay, true or false? Simple, 2 marks. Erling Haaland has now scored as many Premier League goals as Swindon Town. True or false?
True.
False.
Okay. I am sad to say that only one of you is right. And it is Aakarsh. He has scored as many goals as Swindon Town. And I think as of the weekend, he's probably overtaken them. And he's probably the only blemish on this record is the fact that he's done it in 3 games fewer. Right. Pep Guardiola's full name is Joseph Guardiola Diaz.
False.
I'm going to say false. It's going to be a longer name.
You're both right. Both of you get 2 points. Now 1 point extra if you tell me what the last name is. And I'll give you an extra clue also. There's a reason why I put Diaz. So what do you think? If Diaz is false, and I'm trying to be cheeky, what do you think?
Joseph Guardiola Luis.
No. So his actual surname is Salah. It's Joseph Guardiola Salah.
Oh, fuck! Yeah, now that you say it, yeah. S-A-L-A Salah, no?
S-A-L-A. It's not S-A-L-A-H, but it's S-A-L-A. Okay, but both of you got it right. No one gets the extra point, so you get 2 points for that. Well done. All 4 of David Beckham's headed goals in the Premier League came before he shaved his head. True or false?
False.
I'm going to say false.
Sadly, both of you are wrong because it's all true.
Oh. I thought he would have not taken as many headers when he had hair because he was...
No, I felt like I've seen him score a headed goal when he had a shaved head, but I think that was for England and not
England. Yeah, exactly. The trick is in the Premier League, right? Now, okay, now that might be a stupid question. Ange stands for Angelos. True or false?
True.
False. I think it's just Ange.
I am sad to say again that Aakarsh, you're wrong. His name is Angelos, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's Angelos Postecoglou.
He's of Greek origin. He's Australian of Greek origin. So obviously his name is Angelos Postecoglou, but he went to Australia. So there's no Australian who's going to call him Angelos. They're going to say, Ange, mate. You die.
That's excellent.
I thought it was Ange.
Now, the final question in this true or false segment is, Ange as a player was coached by Maradona because he played in Racing Club in Argentina. True or false?
False. I'll say false.
I'm going to go true.
Aakarsh, it is with a not so heavy heart that I say you're right. It is false. He did not play that.
I feel like I would have heard of that if it was true. It would have popped up.
Now again, I'm trying to be cheeky here. So if not, you get 1 extra point if you tell me which legend he was actually coached by, both of you. And I will decide when I get tired of hearing names. If eventually when you get it right.
Oh, we can keep guessing?
Yeah, you keep guessing for now. Just keep guessing.
Oh, I'll see. Not Cruyff?
Nope, not Cruyff, but you're in the correct league.
Ancelotti?
No,
can't be Ancelotti.
Was it Bernabeu?
Not Bernabeu, but close. I mean, in the right area.
Okay.
One guess each.
Was it Di Stefano? Alfredo Di Stefano?
Not Di Stefano, but excellent guess. Aakarsh, you have only one. Okay, you guys have both of you have only one guess left. Whoever takes it, takes it.
You gave him a...
yeah, but no, I'm joking.
It's that...
Okay, Aakarsh, go.
I can't remember his name, yeah, but is it the Spanish coach who was the national coach with a really big head?
That doesn't help. So in 3, 2, 1, give a name. Nope, it's not Del Bosque. It's actually Puskas.
That was my next guess. That was my next guess.
Yeah, he was coached by Puskas, and it was crazy because he grew up listening to stories about Puskas, and then he ended up being coached by Puskas.
Fuck, that was my next guess. I swear that was my next guess.
Who coached I think his side in Melbourne.
Wow.
And that's right. For that, we've concluded the true or false segment. Now we're going to talk about, hey, what happened this weekend? Right. So in this round, I'm going to use lesser known middle names or surnames or first names of players, and you have to tell me which players I'm talking about, and anything related to the question that might come up, I will grant points at random, but roughly one point per correct guess regarding the whole situation. Fair?
But this is from this weekend of the Premier League.
Yes, it's all this weekend of football.
Okay.
So we were in the past. We were in the very, very old past. Now we're absolutely in the present. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hamid Mehrous Ghali, Gabriel Ribeiro, and Jose Teixeira da Silva scored goals for their club this weekend.
Say the names again.
Hamid Mehrous Ghali, Gabriel Ribeiro, and Jose Teixeira da Silva.
This is Salah, Nunez, and what was the last name you said?
Jose Teixeira da Silva. You're right. You get 3 points. Amog, you still have a chance to win one other point if you get the third player's name, which is the fourth player.
Jota.
Amog said it first. So Amog gets 1 point.
Like you didn't. You gave me the full points. That's why I gave you the 3 points. Of course, I know who Jota is.
You said who was the player. You said who was the player.
No, what was the name? I asked you for the name. Hey, dude,
I repeated the name.
Ultimate authority.
I repeated the name.
Rubbish.
I said Jose Teixeira da Silva.
I said Jota also before him, but anyways, be that way.
No,
way.
Amog said Jota, so excellent. Next is Walter scored a goal for his team while Winter cost his team a penalty. Who am I talking about?
Manchester Derby.
Sure, but you have to tell me the names of the players.
Haaland and
Højlund.
Amog gets 1 point.
I said Haaland.
2, 1. Okay. It's over. The question has been closed. It's actually Phil Foden.
Yeah.
Is the other scorer.
Yeah. But that's I was getting to that.
Nope. You didn't say it fast enough. If you got one name, you should get the other.
Okay, I got one. Yeah. Okay.
Winter is Højlund's middle name.
Yes.
And Walter is Foden's middle name. So Amog gets 1 point. Amog is streakily getting in 1 point. John Frank's team could only manage to take a point against Paul O's team. What am I talking about?
Brighton?
Fulham.
Tell me then, yeah.
I mean, it's Brighton versus Fulham. It's the same game.
Yeah. And Marco Silva and De Zerbi.
No, guys. You're wrong.
Newcastle Wolves.
Yes, so who am I talking about?
Eddie Howe and Gary
O'Neill.
I know Amog, you said the correct points, but Aakarsh gets the points because he said the exact names of the players, of the managers I was looking for. I don't know if you noticed, the O was a giveaway because I said Paul O. Because his name is Garrett Paul O'Neill.
Yeah.
So Paul O, and John Frank is Eddie Howe's middle name. So Aakarsh
I thought Eddie Howe's middle name would be Jason Tyndall.
No, that's his hyphenated
That's his first name.
Yeah.
All right, Aakarsh gets, and now we're the last question. Mark beat William in an upset because Nathaniel scored a goal.
Brentford versus Chelsea.
Wrong. Mark beat William in an upset because Nathaniel scored a goal. Who am I talking about?
Everton, West Ham.
I'm looking for names, guys. I mean, if it helps if you
Sean
guys...
Dyche, David Moyes, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Excellent. Aakarsh gets 3 points. Oh, Aakarsh is making up for the 7-point loss that he had early on. Yes. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has one more name too, which is Nathaniel. His name isn't just Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
I mean, even his first name is hyphenated.
Yeah, so it's Dominic Nathaniel Calvert-Lewin. And Mark is Sean Dyche's middle name, and William is David Moyes' middle name. With that, we finish this round, and we'll wait for a second because my computer's a little hung. We can move on.
Do we have more rounds?
Yep, we have last round. This is the final round. Okay. Which is now specific. Now this is how well do you know your club? This is a classic of anyone's game in this podcast. This one is true. Now, okay, you guys decide this. Should I give your club's question to you or to the other player?
Give your clubs, depending on how easy or difficult the questions are.
You just decide now. You tell me a decision between the both
Give
of
him
you.
the United question. Give me the Everton question.
Amok, do you agree to that?
Yeah, sure.
I will change that now. I will disagree with you. Yeah. Aakarsh, you get the United question. Okay?
Okay.
If you get it at the first clue, it's 5 points. And as I go down the order, it comes down to 2 points. My middle name and my last name are the same name. It's a Manchester United player in the current squad. My middle name and my last name. It repeats twice, is what I mean. It's XYY.
What's the X? Can you tell me the X?
Oh.
That was a
What's
joke.
the Y?
I'm gonna
Why
say, I don't know, but I'm just gonna say Harry Maguire.
You're wrong. Okay. Now your second clue, but this time only for 4 points. I was banned by UEFA for taking a drug that isn't allowed. I defended myself by saying I took it by mistake because it was actually my wife's medicine, but it somehow slipped into my medicines.
I've heard of this excuse. I know of this story, I can't think of the name.
None of these are some obscure squad player or youth academy player, right?
Again, bit of a guess, but is it Andre Onana?
It is Andre Onana.
Oh, but he wasn't this season. He was banned when he was at
I know, but
Milan.
it's about a player. It's about a player who's a part of the current squad. Aakarsh gets 4 points. And with that, we move to the Everton-related question to Amog. During my school days, I played football with Lewis Hamilton.
James Tarkowski.
I'm sad to say, Amog, you're wrong on this one. I will have to give you your second clue, which means you can only earn 4 points, which is I supported Arsenal growing up. I idolized Ian Wright.
I think I know it now.
Amog, I'm sad to say you're wrong again.
Oh, because that's what I also thought.
Nope. My middle name is Simon.
Ashley Young.
Yes, excellent, Amog. And you get that question with 3 points. And now we come to the final question of the Mukesh's quiz. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
It's going to be a game of madness. It's whoever takes the points. For every correct guess, you get 1 point, and I will conclude it when I feel like we're done. Okay. What is the most common surname in the Premier League currently?
White. Williams.
Wrong. Keep guessing, and when someone guesses the correct, I'll give 3. Who gets it right? It's 3 points, and give me throw all the Traores at me, and you get 1 point per Traore.
Bertrand.
Adama Traore.
Yes, wait. Correct, Bertrand. Aakarsh gets 1 point. 1 more point if you get the club.
Traore.
Correct, 1 point for it. Let me just keep adding.
Adama is still at Wolves?
Adama Traore, Fulham.
Yes, Amo gets 2 points. Aakarsh gets 1 point for 1 Bertrand. But if you get me the club, you get more points. Keep shouting, guys. There are more.
Right, Bertrand's at Brentford?
Wrong.
Okay, I thought is he still at Chelsea?
Nope.
Okay.
Excellent silence. I will conclude. We shall end this episode. I will tell you all the Traores. I will also announce the scores in a bit. But the other Traores are Hamad Traore for Bournemouth, Abu Bakar Traore for Wolves, Adama Traore for Fulham, Benny Traore for Sheffield, and Bertrand Traore for Villa. I am very surprised by the results. It is actually neck and neck with Aakarsh at 20 points and Amog at 19 points. And Amog, if you hadn't been so cocky and that if you didn't have that -1 head start, you probably would be on level with Aakarsh in this game. But currently Aakarsh leads despite you starting strong with 7 points. It is Aakarsh who is currently the winner of this episode.
Next week. I'll catch up next
But
week.
we will see. This is a multi-episode game.
Yeah.
Well played, boys. sharpen your
Good
footballing
quiz,
knowledge.
good quiz.
Good quiz. Well done. And on
I'm
that
going to
note,
pay
it is-
attention more now to all the game weeks.
Yeah. And on that note, it is time to end this episode. Thank you so much for listening to the Corner Flag. If you'd like to get in touch with us and tell us what you thought of this episode, you can reach us on our social media. You can find Aakarsh on Instagram at,
Aakarsh Chandan.
and you can find Mukesh on Instagram at,
Mukesh Manjunath.
you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Amograndive.
That's because his name is not Amog Traore.
Yeah, it's not. I wish it was. You can also follow the Corner Flag on Instagram and Twitter at @CornerFlagPod. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@CornerFlagPod. We've just put up our match day vlog video from the Mumbai Football Arena where Mumbai City drew 1-1 with Hyderabad FC. It's a lot of fun. Go check it out. Share it with your friends. And come to the stadium on the 2nd of November as Mumbai City take on Punjab FC. We'll be doing a vlog for that as well, which will go up the next day. Shout out to Keza Gurda for composing our theme tune. And until next week, it is goodbye from us. So say bye, Aakarsh.
Bye.
And say bye, Mukesh.
Bye, guys.
And it's bye from me.